Welcome to this live stream of Street Epistemology in the Park. Today we are at Rose Bowl Park. You almost thought of everything. My mic is hot? Oh, okay. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Hey there. Thanks for stopping, man. What's your name?
Darin.
Darin, I'm Quinn. Good to meet you.
Oh,
Are you cool being filmed?
Yeah, that's
We're live
fine.
streaming. Okay, cool. What's the dog's name?
Her name's Millie.
Millie.
Yeah.
Millie Rock.
She's super
Sweet.
chill, but she's like suspicious.
Okay. Hey there, Millie.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? Oh.
She sees your food. That's
Okay, guest. And what was the name again?
Darin.
Darin.
Yeah.
Darren.
Darin.
I-N. Never seen it spelled that way. Cool. Host. Okay, so what we're doing here is pretty much it's called street epistemology, and we pretty much ask you for anything that
Come.
you believe.
Sit.
I usually find that the more contentious the belief is,
Sit.
the more interesting it is.
Right.
So stuff that a lot of people might disagree with you about is a good one.
Yeah.
If you can't think of one, there's a whole board of like possible topics here, but it could be anything. So
Are you gonna ask me questions?
yeah, I'm just asking questions. It's not a debate. It's more just like trying to unpack the method mostly on how you got to
Right.
a certain belief.
Okay.
Anything pop into mind? Also, is that a Sense 8 shirt?
No, I made it. It's a brand I was gonna start a while back, but got derailed.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's an 8 and on the back it says 8 days a week, but it's actually 100 if you turn it sideways.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Come here, Mama.
It's motivational type
Yeah.
beats.
All right. Which side's which?
I think the one with the cable is the left ear.
Sit. 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 Millie. Sit.
Looks like the dog's just trying to find shade.
Oh yeah, he's just trying to get shade.
Got it.
There's going to be people on the internet talking. They might ask a question or two, but it's mostly just you and I.
Got it.
And we can go past 5 minutes, but it's just to respect your time, the 5-minute limit.
Yeah, for sure.
So did any belief come into mind off the bat?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just hit me with whatever. If I'm not comfortable talking about it, I won't talk about it.
And any of these work for you? You have a position on any of them?
Sure, yeah.
There's also just like the God claim. Some people believe in karma. Some people believe 2 genders exist or more. There's a whole bunch.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, any of those. Whatever.
You want me to pick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How do you feel about aliens? Are they real? Are they here with us?
Oh man, that's such a good one. I don't know. It's been a long debate, of course. But my thoughts on that is I don't see how there couldn't be.
Okay. What can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Given, I mean, if you think about the universe.
Sorry, on what question? Like, are they real? There's 2 questions on that one. There's are they real and are they here?
Oh, are they real?
Yeah. Okay, that's the one you're saying.
So I guess if they're real, maybe they'll. If I believed in like entirely that they were real, I guess it goes to say that they'd probably be here.
Okay, on Earth is what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. But are they real? I don't know.
Okay.
I'd like to think so, but not in the sense of, fuck, dude. Like, can I cuss on here?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, great.
What were you gonna say when you said how couldn't they be? I interrupted you there, my bad. You had
Well,
a thought.
given all the evidence of multiple universe, or multiple galaxies, right, that are just light years away, and we haven't even made it out of our own galaxy.
Right. Yeah.
So,
It's a good. Yeah. You're saying like there's so much space unexplored,
right,
and it's probable that there's other life out there.
right.
It's improbable that there's not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just on the second part of the question, you said if they are real, you're assuming that they're here as well.
Yeah.
Why is that?
If I believed 100% matter of fact that they're real, I think I would base that off of like I've experienced them. Right?
Oh, okay. So you have
or they
personal
have been,
experience with an alien?
no, but if I did, like like I said, I don't fully know if they're real, but if I did know,
Okay.
so people who've been like abducted,
Right.
or whatnot, or claim they've been abducted, you would ask them, do you believe in aliens? They would say yes. And then you'd be like, are they here with us? And they'd probably be like, yes.
Right.
You know? Or I don't know, they came from somewhere else.
And what I know you can't know because you haven't had an experience with them, but what is your opinion? Like,
man, my opinion is there's got to be something
here.
Yeah. Well, so God, this is such a, I don't even know where to start. I don't know.
Yeah, I have all the time in the world, but it's we just end it whenever you want to.
Yeah.
So what do you mean, like, when you say that you think that they're here, why do you think so? Like, is it just like, is it the same as the reason that you use to understand why you think they're real? Like, it's just more probable to you that they're here on Earth with us, or they're like evidence?
If they exist, yeah.
So you think that if they exist, they're probably here on Earth
right.
with us. How come? Oh, okay. So, but you're saying you're pretty sure they exist.
Yeah. No, I'm not pretty sure. Okay. I don't know.
On a scale from 0 to 100, how sure are you?
0.
0%.
0.
Okay.
It's complete theory. It's complete, like, there's a fuck ton of space out there. Maybe each galaxy is a completely different universe. And maybe they're just other human beings over there.
Right.
Not some kind of alien life form. So then it goes to say, like, well, what do you mean by alien? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know? What if they're just other human existence in a different dimension? And what we see as like black holes, this is total theory, just came, whatever. This is not fact. But what if black holes were like the transitional period or transitional space to an alternate dimension?
Right.
Which is like, you watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
So it's like
that.
Kind of like that almost, you know? Or have you seen what's that with Abed, the character Abed?
Oh,
come on. It's right there.
Community.
Yeah. When they roll the dice in that one episode, and he's like, he catches a dice and he's like, there could have been multiple realities happening, and then it plays out all like each different reality, Jeff's reality, and all the other characters'
weird
realities.
In those later seasons, they just got like, they started doing all these kind of trippy episodes.
Well, the writers are one of the guys from Rick and Morty, I believe.
Oh yeah, I think the main writer, they did that.
So it just made sense.
Yeah.
You know, but
okay, so you're saying, and don't let me put words in your mouth, but you're saying just like you're not sure if aliens exist or not. To you, it's just a theory.
Right.
Do you think that theory is true? I guess, like, not to say like that you know that it's true. I'm not asking if you know that it's true.
Yeah, I think the theory is just a theory.
Okay.
Like, that's why it's a theory, because I don't know if it's true or not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I would like to believe
Uh-huh.
there's something else, like there was another intelligence.
Yeah.
And after watching what's his name? What's that documentary from the dude that worked at Area 51, Lazar? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen that
Oh
one.
my gosh. Anyway, I think I'm a pretty good judge of character for the most part.
Okay.
And watching him tell his story, you just usually when somebody's just like bullshitting.
Mhm.
But this guy's story is crazy. Like talking about working at Area 51,
Yeah.
and the things that he experienced, and like technology that we have that isn't from Earth.
Yeah. Right. Like what?
So there's like a I think it's like anti-gravity device,
Uh-huh.
and he talks about when they were giving him his tour when he was working there. He started working there. He said, "Touch this like orb type thing."
Mhm.
It was metallic, or it looked metallic, whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead and touch it." And he reached out to like touch it and couldn't. It was almost like how you putting two
Like
magnets
magnets?
together,
Okay. Yeah.
and he couldn't do it.
Uh-huh.
And he had never experienced technology like that before.
Interesting.
He's like, this is not technology that we have on Earth.
Right.
So for this guy to come out, he has nothing to win from coming out, right, and
Uh-huh.
telling us. They erased all his history. They erased all his school credentials. The government wanted to get rid of him, but he came too public, so they couldn't kill him.
He's still alive?
He's still alive.
Okay.
But they make his life a living hell. The documentary came out. I highly suggest watching it.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all.
You don't
know.
strike me as one. But
Yeah.
someone in the chat was actually asking, could you clarify your definition of the word theory?
My definition of that word is an opinion gathered on just experiences,
Mhm.
and that have led me to believe a particular idea, right?
Okay.
So I have 34 years of experience, personal and like interrelational and whatever,
Mhm.
and that leads me to have my own personal theories about subjects, right? So it's not based off of like necessarily like a plethora of scientific studies that I've done. It's
Okay.
literally just,
What is it based off of?
it's based off of, like I said, basically an opinion. So when I say theory, for me,
It's opinion.
it's opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So theory and opinion for you are like interchangeable in the way that you're using it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Um,
Which that makes me curious to know what the actual definition of theory is now.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of used in a lot of different ways. I think a lot of people, I think people distinguish between a scientific theory and like like just a regular theory, like
Yeah.
layman theory.
Yeah.
Like maybe one has more evidence to support it,
Right.
or more like a peer review process or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
okay, so just I'll have a couple more questions
Yeah.
about the alien claim. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Yeah. I got some time.
Okay, sweet. So it's just your opinion that there could be more life out in the universe.
Right.
That's a theory. It's also, if that theory is true, you're saying definitely there would be alien life on Earth. And I guess what I'm
Not
wondering,
definitely.
Okay.
Maybe that is what I said, but that's not what I mean. So to clarify back on that is, I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Okay. You wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And is stuff like I'm wondering what would build that confidence, or I guess a better way to say it is like why won't you be surprised? Is it because of stuff like that documentary? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So maybe something like that documentary, or have you ever just met like a really weird person?
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
where it's just like, what? was that? You know,
Could be an alien.
could be.
Okay.
I don't know. Highly doubt it, but
Anything's possible.
anything's possible,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, I think it would be cool if
Is
that
it
were the case.
okay? It would be cool if that were the case. Are you kind of hoping it is?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's three things that I'm hearing. It's like there's some, I guess you could call evidence, like the documentary, maybe something you've read.
Yeah.
And then there's like just your personal experience with you might think you wouldn't be surprised if some of the people you met were aliens.
hmm
And then there's also just the fact that you want it to be true.
Right.
I'm
Some
cur-
people identify as that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they identify as alien.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Some people would say that they're actually from Mars or they're actually from another planet.
Yeah, it's often the people who really look like weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Or at least talk really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how confident, and I'll explain the confidence scale. Zero.
Yeah.
If you're 0% confident that aliens are here, that means that you're not confident at all. You have all doubts about the situation.
Mhm.
So that's more like being on one side of the debate. I think 50 is the neutral,
Yeah.
and then 100 is like you're completely sure that they're here. Where would you be on that scale?
0.
So you completely doubt that aliens are here.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, because you were saying that you think that some people that you
I
met
feel like
might,
they could be,
okay.
but I doubt it. It's like
Okay.
I could go play the lottery,
Yeah.
but I doubt that I'm going to win. There's a chance I could win.
Uh-huh.
There is a chance, but I doubt that I'm going to win. You understand what I'm saying?
Completely.
That's kind of what I mean about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
So it's
think
not necessarily black or white.
that's
It's
about how confident you are that aliens exist. Or, like,
1000%. Yeah.
you think like it could be real. It would be cool if they were real,
Yeah.
but you highly doubt it.
Yeah.
That they're here. I mean.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Is there anything that could increase your confidence that they're here?
I mean, unless you reveal something to me right now that I've never seen.
What would I have to reveal? to you?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, what would take you from 0 to like 30%?
Damn, that is a good question.
I heard that the Pentagon released some sort of like UFO sightings. Did you hear about that?
Briefly, what I did hear was that they, what was spotted by the fighter pilots, they confirmed that sighting as a UFO.
Right.
And I briefly just heard about that. I didn't look too much into it, but all I heard was that the Pentagon confirmed that.
Yeah. Did that make you feel any type of way? Or?
No, and I'm not educated enough on the subject to speak very matter of fact. I mean, I can give my opinion on my vague understanding of tidbits that I've heard throughout, the past few years.
Okay.
But apparently they've done like flight tests with these discs, which Bob Lazar is his name.
Yeah, the documentary guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the people who did the documentary did it on him. So Bob talks about these things. He said he's been inside one. He talks about, I don't know what the hell they call it, whatever the anti-gravity, it was like an anti-gravity machine that they have in the middle of that uses gravity instead of like how we use jet propulsion and like combustion engines. They use gravity to propel their vehicles.
I don't even understand.
Yeah,
how that works,
exactly.
really. Is it just like momentum or like?
Like, how do you bend time and space? Yet we look at a black hole and we see time and space bent, right? So it's like, what the living fuck does that even mean?
One more question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe? What's his name? Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazarian.
Do you believe him?
I do.
Okay.
And
but you're still at a 0 as to whether or not aliens are here.
Here on Earth, yes. Maybe their technology. Now.
Okay, that's another good one. How confident are you that their technology is here?
Man, I would have to say it's 50-50.
50-50?
Because I don't know the man personally to make a 100% guess.
Yeah.
But based off of my experience with people in life
Uh-huh.
and hearing his story, he doesn't come off as somebody who's just
He
like,
would be a liar.
yeah, because I've watched those conspiracy theories on YouTube and all that kind of shit, and you get the cuckoos, and you're like, dude, this guy's like way
Yeah.
okay.
Aliens.
Yeah, or he has some kind of motive, or like maybe he has some childhood trauma and he's living in this delusional state,
Right.
which I've encountered a lot of those types of people in my life.
I encounter a lot of people like that doing this.
Oh, I
in
can
particular.
imagine. God.
Yeah.
So when he gets on camera, I mean, you don't see any motive.
Mhm.
The only motive that you might see is that he wants the truth to get out because this is revolutionary technology
Right.
that's being hoarded for whatever reason. And I probably saw this maybe like a year ago, so my memory on it's a little vague, or rough, but it's incredible.
Uh-huh.
So as far as technology being here, I'm like 50-50. And then as far as aliens being here, my question is, well, being here as in like we have an alien or walking amongst us?
Either or.
Oh, man. I've also heard, I don't know how this actually got debunked. I'm not even going to say it.
Okay.
But
That's fair. Yeah.
yes, like somebody came out and said that they have some extraterrestrial being in Area 51.
Yeah.
And then some shit happened. Then I did a little more research, and then turns out like this guy it was all like a ploy.
Damn.
But I was actually stoked. I was like, oh shit, maybe they caught like an angel or like some kind of spirit being. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I agree. That would shake things up in a cool way. Like
Yeah.
it would be cool if it was real.
I think it would be terrifying for a lot of people who don't have some kind of grounding belief or stake in reality, or in this reality, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
I've experienced things that threw me through a loop. Everything that I thought I believed was not true.
Oh shit! Like what?
Just my faith in God,
Mm.
what I thought I believed about Jesus, what I thought I believed about church, and all that kind of stuff. And as you know, doing these types of interviews, that is a whole topic of discussion.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, I don't mind talking about, but for people who don't have some kind of like maybe faith or some kind of maybe like grounding in whatever this is here and
Yeah.
now, to get an earth-shattering like, hey, like wake up call,
Yeah.
like there's fucking aliens, bro,
Right.
and they look like some MIB shit. What does that say to your reality?
Right. Yeah. No, I think it would certainly it would like unnerve me. It would make me a bit uncomfortable.
Right.
But I'm saying I think it would also be cool to shake things up in that way.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's why if they do have technology, sorry to cut you off,
No.
they don't release it so rapidly because the world might fucking, we got a virus and look what they did to the fucking grocery stores. You know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine we come out with like a fucking alien.
Right.
What do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
people,
if we just jump to the iPhone 20 where we're like fucking doing alien shit.
right?
Yeah.
So people in general, I think, are, it's unfortunate, but like irrational in the hordes. You know what I mean?
I know I said last question before, but this is the real last one.
Yeah,
You
no,
said
ask me
for
away.
people who don't have grounded beliefs in our reality, some kind of grounded belief, that would really make them panic. Do you have such a belief?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's a really good question. Long story short, because I know as soon as I say what I'm going to say, there's so much
To unpack from that.
but there's so much, I guess stigma is the word.
Okay.
When you attach like a negative,
Yeah.
it's like
dogma,
dogma,
yeah.
or whatever. But the historical evidence of Christ, that's what I find in his resurrection.
Mhm.
That's what grounds me in this reality. And
Interesting. Okay.
and I've been to the edge of reality to the point where that for me, a little bit of a backstory. when I was 6, I was like a hood rat kid, gangs, violence, drugs, jail, all kinds of crazy shit growing up, robbing, stealing. I was just a really bad kid, involved in a lot of bad shit. And at 16, I kind of had a wake up call. People wanted, like, 16 years old. People tried to kill me on the spot, but never did I experience somebody like actively trying to murder me until I was about 16, almost 17. And kind of had a wake up call, that kind of shook my reality. I was like, fuck, I'm going to die eventually, whether by the sword or by the sickness. Right. So, or whatever, or an accident.
That reality had never set in to you before someone was trying to kill you.
Yeah. Because that's a hard reality to think about.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah.
You know? So we just kind of live our lives as if it's not going to happen until it happens. And then we deal with it then. Right. So like for me, it was just kind of like, well, why do I have to deal with it then? Why can't I live my life in a state of truth where I'm not running from the truth? You know what I'm saying? It's like you deny the truth of death.
Yeah.
But you want to live this life
You're talking about facing it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like just accepting that it's going to happen and living with that rather than trying to distract yourself from it.
Far easier said than done.
I'm wondering where Jesus's resurrection comes into that equation. Like,
so
does that have to do with your accepting death and all that?
Yeah. So accepting death, I got introduced to, the traditional Christian church. For me, I was in Orlando, Florida. So over there is Pentecostal, very, very conservative, very like, don't say fuck shit or damn. And God forbid you have sex because.
Was this before 16?
This was at 16.
At 16? Okay.
So when I came to the knowledge of, I guess I would say my encounter with God, right? At 16, which was just, it was a bunch of experiences that led up to God, if you're real, if whatever the fuck your name is, if you're real, if all this stuff is real, you come get me because I can't run away from this lifestyle.
Okay.
And because if I do that, I'm sure I'm going to die, like, period.
Yeah.
So I need some kind of intervention. And I remember just crying in my bed one night, like 16 years old, just like, I'm going to fucking die in these streets.
Yeah.
And what's that going to do to my dad and my brother and, all this stuff. So I kind of had this moment of like, I need to get my shit together, but I'm kind of stuck. Right. So,
okay.
Interrupt me if I get any,
No, I just have one question about that. Like, so you asked basically for an intervention.
Right.
Did you get one?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was a little, wasn't like some alien or angel came knocking on my door like, hey Darin, I heard you were talking to the man upstairs.
If only that.
Right. Yeah. If it was that easy. I ended up going to this club. I was a break dancer for a long time.
Oh, cool.
So I was able to go to these clubs with my friends, and they were like teen nights, but we always got kind of like, VIP because we were like the b-boy crew and we brought audiences and stuff like that.
Did you ever have crap, I can't think of the movie. The dance-off movie?
Yeah. I have a good friend of mine was in there.
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
The most popular one.
Yes. Why can't I think of it? I can think of her name, Catherine McCormick.
I was basically just trying to ask if you've had dance-offs, like crew dance-offs.
Yeah, very similar, but this is where you're spinning on your back and your head and your hands and doing all kinds of crazy footwork.
Oh, yeah, I used to watch those on YouTube. They're really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was pretty obsessed with that growing up, and I was in a couple crews. Anyway, my waking point went to this club. Like I said, I was kind of just like a little hoodlum, always getting into fights because I had something to prove, and got into a fight in the club. And I didn't pick it, friends picked it, but I ended up getting kicked out. So I told my friend, let me sit in your car. I was 15 going on 16 at this time.
Okay.
This is before my cry out to like, yo, like whoever's out there, like if this Jesus shit is real, I need you to come get me.
Yeah.
Took my friend's car without his permission, ran a red light. I I swear to you, I mean, everybody says this when they get into an accident. I swear it was green. There was no car. It was 2:00 in the morning. The club was about to get out at 3. In Florida, it gets out like 3 or 4. I go, and there's no traffic, but this VW out of nowhere, like T-bones me, throws me into oncoming traffic, like this, whatever. I nip this other car. I'm like, holy shit! I flew into the passenger seat. I didn't have my seatbelt on. Glass hit me all in the face. Was in my mouth. All kinds of shit. The guy gets out of his car, comes, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing, kid?" Nothing happened to his car. My car was like totaled. It was like a C shape, although it still rolled. His car, the front bumper strip, there's like this black strip on it, popped off.
Wow.
That was it. His bumper didn't, or his hood didn't bend, nothing.
He was fine. His car was fine. Your friend's car, which you stole,
basically.
Okay, was totaled. How were you?
I was fine. I had a couple of cuts and stuff from the glass.
All right.
But so I get out of the car. I was like, oh shit. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm 15, going on 16 at this time. My friend who let me use his car was 18. Come here, mama. You're gonna fuck everything up.
You didn't have like a license or shit like that.
No license. I had long hair at the time. So anyway, all that happened. I tell my buddy, they get out of the club. I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like,
what are you gonna
fucked
say?
your car, bro. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm so sorry, dude. I thought I was just gonna go. I explained to him. He's like, it's all good. It's all good. Long story short, fast forward. I thought I was gonna go to jail, but I didn't. I just got the ticket. I tell him, I'm gonna shave my head. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna pay you back, right? So anyways, we drive home. Oh, let me not skip this story. Fuck, dude. Okay. Guy who hit me, takes the keys out of my car. I'm freaking out. I'm trying to like go.
Yeah.
My brother, he lived down the street. My older brother, he's a fighter. Like, he wasn't a gangbanger, but he's a big dude, just covered in tats.
Okay.
He was just a great guy, but he was my influence. I said, yo, I need to get out of here. What should I do? He's like, don't run. Guy came who hit me, takes the keys out of my car. And then he's like, kid, get out of the car. I get out of the car. I'm in kind of a daze. A dude walks up.
This is right after the accident?
Sit.
Oh, shit.
She just wants to play.
Yeah.
Hey, come here, Mom. Come here. Hold on, guys.
Millie's going crazy.
Good girl. Good girl. Sit. 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 Good girl, Mama.
The movie we were trying to think of was You Got Served.
Good girl. Sit. Sit. You Got Served, yeah.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Okay. That's not at all what I was thinking of.
Was it Step Up?
Step Up.
Step Up. Okay.
Now it comes. So, long story short, random dude comes out of nowhere, hands me a knife, grabs my arm, puts a knife in my hand in the middle of the street.
This is right after the accident?
Right after the accident. Guy came, took the keys out of the car. I'm like, I get out of the car like, well, fuck, what am I going to do? Dude comes up out of nowhere just before they let out the club. And come here. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Stay. Stay. Good girl, Mama. Good girl. So, I was like, I didn't know. I'm just like autopilot. I grabbed the knife, right? I'm holding it. He's like, yo, go kill that motherfucker.
The one who...
Some random dude. Random fucking guy. And I'm like, and I look at it. I'm like, what the fuck?
The dude who hit you?
The dude who hit me was on the phone with the cops down, like, from here to the concession stand right there. I'm in the middle of the street right here. Like,
random dude comes up, hands you a knife, tells you to kill who?
The guy who hit me. He said, kill him and take your keys back. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I had the knife in my hand. I was like, thought about it for a second. I'm like, wait, I'm already going to go to jail for stealing my friend's car, but I didn't. So I'm like, yo, nah. Like, and he's like walking. I was like, yo, no. Like, I'm not going to jail, bro, for that. I ain't murdered somebody. He's like, you sure? You sure? Disappeared.
With the knife still in your hand?
No, he took it back. Okay. Disappeared. I didn't even think about that until like the end of the night. We all get back home. We're talking about how crazy the situation was. I was like crying to my homie. I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm gonna fix your car. He's like, who was that guy that you were handing something to? I was like, he handed me a knife. He's like, fuck. Right. So anyway, 2 weeks go by. I'm like depressed. My homies don't talk to me anymore. They're talking shit behind my back. I go outside one day because he's like, hey, yo, the dude to the car I wrecked. He's like, yo, come outside real quick. I was like, yo, what's up, man? Long time no see. How's everything going? He's like, yeah, can I talk to you? I was like, yeah. So I step out of my apartment, close the door. I used to play lacrosse, so I had this big metal pipe. I didn't have the head of the stick, but I just had the aluminum pipe. And
It was hanging out outside your apartment.
it was like right by the door, and I closed the door a little bit just in case. But I was like, he ain't gonna get routed. It's just him and a couple girls downstairs. So I sat down downstairs and said, what's up, man? He's like, hey, let me ask you a fucking question. Why'd you lie to the police? I was like, to the what? Like, you lied to the fucking police. You ain't gonna pay for my car? You told them that you didn't wreck my car. I was like, yo, chill. Chill. My brother just got out of prison. I was like, if anything goes down, he's gonna wreck you. I don't want him going back to prison. So that's what's going through my head. He's like, man, what the fuck you lying? And before I could stand up, he sucker punched me. I got up, threw him against the wall. I was like, yo, I'm in shock. Like, my friend just hit me. I said, yo, I can't do this, bro. Like,
It sounded like he was cool with you after you crashed his car, like that day, though, right? But
everybody was getting in his head, like, yo, that dude D, like, you need to fuck him up. Like, he's lying to the police. He told the cops this. He told the cops that. I don't know, whatever the reason. Like, little hood kids just trying to start drama, you know? We're 15, 16. He was 18.
Yeah.
So, long story short, is it cool if I keep my mask like this?
Yeah. I'll clean shit off afterwards.
We're about 6 feet.
Yeah.
He ends up going downstairs, leaving. He's like, don't fucking come outside. So I go outside with my stick. All my homies are right there. Like, what's up, bitch? What's up, pussy? Blah, blah, all this stuff.
Yikes.
I'm like, whoa. These were like the homies. Like, bro, we did some crazy shit together. Now, like, all of a sudden you want to beat my ass because, like, for what? Right? So fast forward, my brother shows up. He didn't like that. I had this whole fucking swollen.
So they jumped you?
He sucker punched me. They never got a hold of me because as soon as my brother came home, like 30 minutes later, he went out there and, like, you know, my brother's massive and he was a bouncer in Florida. So all his friends were bouncers. He had like 3 of them who lived in the neighborhood. So he grabbed them. They were all sitting at the swimming pool. He surrounded the swimming pool with 3 of his friends and scared the shit out of them. So he's like, they'll never fuck with you again. 2 weeks later, they start acting cool with me. I was like, what'd you tell him? He's like, don't worry about it. Like, just know that they ain't gonna fuck with you anymore. So like, all right, cool. But I ain't got friends anymore.
Right.
So this was after I kind of had that moment of like, fuck God, like, if God or Jesus, whatever, right? Somebody come and get me. But what led me to that point, so that was a transition period, right?
Yeah.
What led me to the point of even praying that prayer
Was all that?
Was we used to buy weed from this guy in Florida. He lived in a motel. Crazy looking cholo dude. Like, tatted. He wasn't Hispanic at all. He was white. Tatted head, bald, dickies, like face tats. He had like bullet hole tats all over. Craziest looking motherfucker you ever. But only one person can go on there and buy weed from him. And funny story is Quinn Latifah's cousin. Me and him were like best friends growing up. So he was actually my neighbor. Yeah, it's crazy. So he was my neighbor growing up for about 6 years. He was like an older brother to me. He always protected me and like he would just handle my dirty work. I felt bad on some things, but on everything actually. But anyway, he goes to buy weed. We see a hot girl upstairs. Mind you, I'm 15, about 15 at this time. And this is a little bit of backstory before they all turned on me.
So this is before they jumped you.
This is before they jumped. So they go, I'm like, damn, yo, we saw this girl above our drug dealer. Yo, what's up? So we went up there, knocked on her door. Yo, come out. You know, I'm with my friends trying to be all like,
that's bold, dog.
Super bold. So I'm like, yo, where's that? A dude opens the door. We don't give a fuck. And of course, like, I was always a soft kid. I was a fighter, but I always had a kind heart. But my homies, they didn't give a fuck. So I had to be that too. So the girl or the dude opens the door. I was like, yeah, where's that girl that was here? You didn't give a fuck who he was, boyfriend, husband, nothing, brother. He's like, yo, y'all need to leave. I'm like, the fuck? And my friend Adrian, dude from New Jersey, like hot temper Puerto Rican guy, just was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, oh, here we go. But I had to buck up too because I'm with my friends. So he's like, close the door.
How many are you?
There was about 5 of us.
Oh, okay.
5 or 6 of us. Ty is in downstairs buying weed. So we finally come downstairs. We're like, come down, motherfucker, come down. Long story short, he's friends with our drug dealer. Calls our drug dealer. Dude comes in and says, yo, what the fuck is going on? Ty comes out, walks downstairs. He's like, yo, we need to get out of here. This dude's pissed. And we're like, fuck you. Back and forth. The drug dealer pulls a gun, points it at me. He's on the second story. He's like,
You're on the ground?
I'm on the ground. My homies are in the car, just kind of hanging by the car, like, fuck you. It was me and my friend Adrian right here shouting to the second story. Like, what, bitch? What? The drug dealer comes out. What the fuck, bitch? You about to die tonight. I'm looking at the dude upstairs. I thought the drug dealer was on our side, so I wasn't even paying him attention until I heard the metal. I was like, oh, shit. And he points it at me. I look to my left. My homie Adrian's gone. He's like, go, get in the car, get in the car. I was like, oh, shit. He's like, what's up, bitch? You about to die. I'm like, yeah, I think so, right? He turns to run down the stairs. And as soon as he turned, I was like, go, 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 go. He took the gun off me. I was like, get in the car. I jumped in the car, all piled in the back seat. And we took off. And it was kind of in that moment where, and that wasn't the first time I had a fight in the mall that this dude pulled a knife on me and tried to stab me in the middle of the mall. Got jumped, all kinds of crazy shit. But in that, I think my older brother found out. He's like, yo, you need to chill, you know? Oh, he came in and saw all these stolen radios and car parts in my bedroom. Had a table like this and a blanket over, and I just robbed cars at night. So my brother found out about that, and he saw my stolen car parts. And was like, you need to change your life, man. Dad is worried about you. He's too scared to say anything. So it was like that instance, my brother correcting me. I was like, yo, I'm really gonna die like this. So that led me to like
that
think about like, I'm gonna fucking die one day. Like I said, either by the sword or by the sickness, or just old age. You know, that's what we hope for, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta make a change. I can't keep doing this. This is what I want to fucking do. And it just kind of dawned on me, okay, cool. Then what the fuck is after this? What is after this? And if there is like this heaven or hell or whatever, I don't want to be separated from the one who made me, if that's even a thing. And if it is a thing, well, I want to know the one who made me. Who are you? And if you're there, do something to get my attention. Whatever you have to do. I was like weeping. I wrote it on a piece of paper. I put it under my bed, and then all this crazy chaos started happening. I lost all my friends, and the only friends that I had were this Christian dude who was like, he used to be a crazy pothead, which I'm not against smoking weed, but he's like, I want you to meet somebody, come through. Like, yeah, dude. I called him because he was the only dude in school. He used to be a pothead, turned crazy Christian, like the dude that he'll approach you and be like, how's your relationship with the Lord? I'm like, yo, don't fucking talk to me.
In high school, he was
in
like
high
that?
school.
That's crazy.
Well, he went from like crazy, like 12 blunts a day to like preaching Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, so you think like, what the? Don't drink the Kool-Aid, bro.
Insane right there.
So long story short, he was the only friend I had. Right. So I was like, yo, Luke, like, what does the Bible say about this? You know, he's like, well, and of course he told me, I want you to meet my friend Lewis. And he's this ex-gang member, like whatever, turned Christian. Yeah, cool, whatever. I met him. We went to church. It was cool. A couple things hit me. At the end of it, he just kind of was like, yo, I just want you to know I'm not here to preach anything to you, but God has a plan for your life. And there's something special about you. Just know that. And I was like, all right. And I just knew. Oh, and he goes, not many people know this, if any, but God watches you as you cry yourself to sleep at night. And when he said that, I mean, I had like a bold face, and he was kind of like prophesying over a couple of my friends, like B-boy friends that I brought to church with me that night from my school. And they were like, whoa, that was crazy. But when he got to me, I was like, he ain't going to know this.
Right.
And as soon as he said that, like he paused and was like, God wants you to know that he watches you while you cry yourself to sleep at night, and you're not alone. He's been with you since you were born. And I just was like, you just know when something was like, you can't argue with it.
Yeah. I really feel that because I had a similar experience in my like, and I've kind of gone back and forth between believing and not believing and all that stuff, but there was someone who just kind of hit my situation on the head when I was going through a lot, and that was the main thing that sort of made me like look more into God and all that kind of stuff. But,
Right. Yeah.
So wow, that's crazy, man.
So that was for me the experience that I had. It was in that moment that he said that. All this other shit was leading up to that. That for him to say that, it was like, I'm creating all this. You know, you see those painters when they splat shit on the paint, and then they do like one little thing, and it's like, oh,
now
fuck.
It makes sense.
It tied it all together.
Right.
It was almost like God was orchestrating. I say God because we don't really know his name, but for lack of better words, it was like he was orchestrating the masterpiece, and he set that dude Lewis in my life at the perfect time to be like, there. You know, it was like Salt Bay, right? Which led to now it's been about 16 years of pursuing a relationship with understanding who is God, who is Christ.
So you're like early 30s?
34, yeah.
34, okay.
Right.
Cool, man.
So that is my foundational, that's where I find my foundation, which has been shaken multiple times, but has never been obliterated. You know, it's been like, you know, and I think it has been shaken by God himself.
Well, I'm really thankful that you sat down with me and told me this story. It's a really good one. And I think I've taken up a lot of your time.
No worries.
I really just do have one more question.
Yeah.
You said it's never been obliterated, but it's been shaken. Is there anything that could obliterate it? Like, is there anything that could like make what you think wrong or prove you wrong in any sense? Like, or even just sway you a different way? Evidence and experience. Is there anything?
I'm sure if there was another experience that is more true than the experience of the words of Lewis. You know?
That makes sense. Hey, thanks, man. I would shake your hand,
man.
but
yeah, no worries,
good
dude.
talking to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Where can I find your stuff?
So it's gonna go up on this guy's channel. His name's Juggling Lessons on YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
rad.
So yeah, this is like a 4-hour live stream. And yeah,
Juggling lessons.
It's right here. So you could just take a picture of it if you want.
Yeah, I will. Awesome, dude. Well, it was nice talking to you. I appreciate it.
All right, good. Thank you. So let's go to wide only.
Okay. Are you headed out or?
Yeah, she got her. Actually, we might just take a couple laps or something again. But...
All right, Millie. Thanks for